What's going on, guys? Happy New Year's Eve. What a year.
Right.
You agree?
Yes.
What a year it has been. So, blessings as always. God, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here, and thank you for giving the people who's watching this the opportunity to watch this. And I hope that what we speak today helps them in one way or another. So, welcome. My name is Walter,
And I'm Jennifer.
and this is
Our marriage journey,
episode
episode 13.
13. Wow. And this is the last episode of the year. What better day to post it than on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
And let's do this. All right. What a year it has been for a lot of people, especially us. And of course, God, thank you. We give all credit to Him no matter what. Now, let me tell you that He does give you the ability to become better. You need to give yourself credit, because at one point, there's been times that I don't give myself or us credit for the things that we've done. He wants us to get credit. He wants us to be happy. And let me tell you that it's been an amazing thing. So today's podcast, I wanted to do it being the last podcast of the year. What was it that we wanted to do it about?
Goals.
Goals. And some people call it what?
New Year's
New
resolutions.
Year's resolutions. Okay. And I think almost everyone that we've been around, except kids, have done New Year's resolutions. And
Yes.
and usually what happens is we make them, we don't follow up, and by the end of the year, none of
Way
that.
before the end of by the first month, it's like, oh, I can cheat or I
Gyms
can
are
do this.
packed out
Yeah.
in the first month. Of course, I think that's one of the biggest ones. But today, for us, we're gonna, three things we wanna touch bases on, how this year, just a little recap of how it's been. The other thing will be one big goal that we have achieved and how we achieved it. And let's talk about goals for next year, okay? So let's do this. Three things, little recap, biggest goals we achieved this year, and of course, the last one, what goals we have for this coming year. All right, let's do this. All right, so a recap for this past year, and wow, so our marriage went from almost over,
Non-existent.
non-existent, and of course, for me, it was something that I didn't even want to work on anymore, but God had other plans. And so this year, it's been an amazing year for us as a family, in a lot of aspects of our life, and we're very thankful that God intervened in this situation. Now, it takes two,
Yes.
and you have to want to change,
Yeah, there's
It's
got to be a
simple.
lot of sacrifices and compromises.
right? And so, we worked a lot on things. At the beginning of the year, there was a lot of things I was still dealing with, and I'm still dealing with it. I think just get better as we go. We got back together, but it wasn't perfect from the beginning. I still had doubts. And there's still times that, those thoughts still come in mind, in the hurt, and, I'm sure that for you still, and then we still find ourselves in the past, the thoughts, because it's just normal. We lived in it for so long. But there's always gonna be those thoughts,
Yeah.
but it's the point of switching.
Your mindset and take those thoughts captive,
Nice,
like the
yeah,
Bible says.
absolutely.
And they don't control you
They don't
anymore.
control you anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's important, right? Mindset. It is very important to change that. So, all right. So since this podcast is gonna be about goals for next year, and not resolutions, I'm not calling it a resolution. I don't have resolutions anymore. It's goals. And for me at the beginning of this year and not even at the beginning of the year, so I started already from the beginning. It's no longer New Year's resolutions. I don't do that anymore, and that's not the mentality that I have. For me, is goals. And once I meet that goal, there's another goal similar to that going to the next thing. So we're never complacent. And I had a conversation with someone the other day about marriage, And he said, you know, when we get comfortable, marriage is never a flat line, either you up or down. I said it wrong. Up and down. I said it backwards. But you get my point. Anyways, you either improving or you're not improving. Simple. And so I had 4 points. I said God was one of them. Family, health, and finances. So to me, those 4 are important, and almost every goal, small goal and categories fell under that. So let's talk about some of the 2 biggest goals we accomplished, that we don't have to go in detail, but, that we really improved this year.
So definitely would be our marriage. I think putting God at the center of our marriage has really transformed our whole lives, not just our lives, but our family dynamic, and even with our families and our friends. So, and then the other would definitely be finances.
Yeah.
We crushed some major financial goals.
Yeah.
That I had a little faith of a mustard seed that we were going to accomplish, but we did.
Yeah. And when it comes to how we see things,
I'm logical.
Logical.
I think.
Illogical.
I overthink. I don't think it's illogical, but I'm an overthinker, and that just kind of puts it in perspective.
Yeah. So you put things in perspective as, oh man, this is achievable, and I'm like, man,
you fly by the seat of your pants on everything.
So this is achievable. Let's go like 3 times above that. I'm gonna push it.
Yeah.
And it says, dream and dream big.
Yeah.
Doesn't say dream logical. But that's it.
Or
we have a
overthink,
good balance on what we can imagine, what we dream of. And so two biggest, that's marriage or family and finances, of course. And I think that's some of our biggest struggles over the years for us. And I don't know about you. I don't know where you at. Recap. Give yourself credit for the things you have accomplished.
Yeah.
Even if it's small things, let me tell you that we don't give, sometimes we get caught up on, our neighbor has this many goals and they accomplished. Now they got a brand new house, a brand new car, and I'm here, still driving the same beat up car. But you know what? Your car might be paid off and theirs is not.
Yeah.
You should take credit for some things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we don't look. And then when you say credit, reward yourself, doesn't mean go buy a new car or go buy a new house. Means do something nice, a dinner, a drink, something that you don't do.
Massage.
Yeah, a massage, yeah. And so, of course, those are very important. So for goals for next coming year, we talked about this, and I asked you one is about finances, of course.
Yeah.
And you gave me a number. We talked about numbers. Okay, where do you see yourself at the end of 2025? Where do you see yourself at the end of 2025 when it comes to some goals? Have goals. Write them down. Now I don't write my goals down. It's a horrible thing to say.
But it tells me to do it.
But I keep a lot in my mind. Like I keep a lot of my goals here. They sink in. Now it's wrong because I will write them down because it's a habit that I should not. And then if you write them down, you can actually flip the page and look them off. Yep. But I have big goals. We talked about numbers. And one number you gave me was very low, which it was a logical number you said. Very low.
Yeah.
Very, very,
and
very low.
we did it.
No, for next year.
For next year. Okay.
And we did it.
We did it this year. See, also
before
logical
even the year was over, we did it. So mine is like, whew, right? Here's the thing is write goals down. And even if they're so big, that's fine. Write them down. Like if you see yourself traveling the world one day, okay, what does it take? So goals for me for this coming year still gonna be God, still gonna be family, still gonna be health, still gonna be finances. The things that I've achieved under those categories were great. So we achieved a lot of those. But now is the next level of goals into that same category.
Right.
So for God, thank you everyone who watches. We are beyond grateful that this we get to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is part of it because we want to tell people how good he is, and let me tell you that there's some things that our marriage, people don't understand that I was done with us, and for him to do what this is it,
Yeah. And be
nobody
able-
else, not even me, who wanted it.
Yeah, and to be able to go and share our testimony
Yes.
with people and places, and just for others to see our marriage now that's seen it before, they're just like, you're totally different people.
Right. And so we're grateful, of course, God. So it's for me, it's 4 different categories, but God's in the top. Without Him, none of these 3. And then I have 3 lined up, and we talked about this in a podcast before. We have family, we have health, we have finances.
Yeah.
And really, if you look at those 3, for me is, if I don't have family, it doesn't matter how much money or how much health I have. Yeah, it's great, you can do it, but I love to be able to share what I have with a family, with you guys and the kids. And if we have a family, if we have, great finances, but our health sucks, it's terrible, we can enjoy it. I mean, let me tell you, I met a lot of people who are very, very sick, who are very, very wealthy, but they can't
Money
even
can't
enjoy
buy
it.
that. Money can't buy time.
And then finances, we struggle that. I mean, family, you can have the health. I mean, I did a bodybuilding competition. I had the family I had, and then finances was such a struggle for us that, so for me, those 3, that's how I see it. You can do your own way. There's plenty of help out there. However you do it, there's SMART goals. People call it SMART goals in the financial or corporate world. Whatever it is, write them down.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have any? I know we talked about this. Any big goals that you want to?
I don't know. One, I want to learn Spanish.
Okay.
So I think that's probably my biggest one,
doable.
is to learn Spanish, to not only help with family and our dynamics, and to be able to communicate with my in-laws better. We communicate now, but better. But also to help people in the community that need someone, like with my job.
Right.
It'd help
It
a
would
lot of
definitely
people.
be helpful.
Yeah. And then I said to wake up a little bit earlier.
Okay.
To either have my set aside devotional time, Bible reading time, and gym. But since our daughter's going with me, we have to wait till the afternoon to go to the gym. So I
Okay.
can't say that for the morning, but
You can go 2 times.
I used to.
Yeah.
And then I think to travel to places, even if it's just a day trip, to travel to places that I've always just thought in my head, oh, I want to go there.
Okay.
Like that Birkdale Village
Yeah.
that we went to, just sporadically.
Yeah.
But plan intentional time with you and the kids.
Good. And they all kind of fall in the same categories
Yeah.
of, be specific. I did ask that for you when we write goals, and I think years ago, that's one thing I never did. I was saying specific. If I don't write them down, I have in my head a number. And it's very specific. You have to say, if you want money, let's give you an example. People say, money is a big one. Or health, or I want to lose weight. Well, let me tell you, if you lose a quarter of a pound in a year, you lost weight.
Yeah.
That's, you accomplish a goal. Or if you want money, well, let me give you $1. You want more money this year? Great. I'll give you $1 at the end of the year. You gain more money.
Yeah.
We're not specific enough. Don't beat yourself down if you can't achieve some goals. But Spanish, I think, is a big one. And I know that I wanted to learn a third language, and fluently is sign language for me. But one thing I like what you said is, you want to learn Spanish because you want to help the community. You want to be able to communicate with people that you care about.
Yeah.
How can you help more? And let me tell you, there's so many people who say, you should learn Spanish because you can make more money.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's not
the
true.
case. However, you can help more people, and that's amazing. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, is to help someone else, okay? How can we get somebody closer, especially people, how can we get people closer to God? How can we get you to believe a little more?
Yeah.
And so, all right. That's a good one. So write goals down. And I'm excited because, a year from now, one of the biggest goals for me when it comes to this is grow this podcast tremendously. And we got you a new mic, got a new mic, so it doesn't show the blue lights like mine. They only had one. And so, but it's those things that what can we do in this earth for God, right? Because it doesn't matter. We can go to church all day, we can hear a sermon, but this is us doing more than what it is for. And what are you doing? You don't have to start a podcast. You don't have to start a video. I'm saying is you can work on one person at a time because you can make a difference in someone even by saying, hey, how are you today?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside of that, wow, good. Happy New Year's Eve. What else you got?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot more to come. We're excited about what's to come and what's gonna be made out of this. And thank you for everyone who watches. Like, share, comment, and of course, the more you share, the more people see it. It's not about followers. It's not
I don't care about numbers.
likes. It's not. The thing is, how many people can we reach? Because you never know that what we talk about today can impact someone when they see this.
All right.
Okay. And again, God, thank you for this moment. All right. So when it comes to goals, when it comes to no more year resolution, we're doing, and our preacher, of course, this week had an amazing message. Is we get stuck in cycles. So no more cycles when it comes to these new resolutions. Next year, I'm gonna lose it, and it was like we seem going backwards and we're not accomplishing certain things. For me, goals is almost like if you ever see the stock market go up and it reaches a point and it breaks and it goes up and it breaks, because you should always want to improve on who you are. So let's get out of these cycles of what life means for us,
Right.
especially in God's world, right? Because one of them is, I think we talked about sinning. You get out of sinning, you feel good, you go back to God, and then we go back
to
and
the
then we do
sinning.
the same thing and same
Yeah.
thing. And I've been there, I've been there plenty, and it's always work in progress.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was trying to remember what he said about. I think 2025 be a year to fully surrender. And I think that's a key to our marriage is when we fully surrendered in 2023.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we would be here now if we did not surrender
100%.
to him.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing you have to do is just openly surrender everything to him and then let everything fall into place.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you again. Let's close this with a prayer. You said,
Okay.
come on.
You can.
All right, you say the last prayer. Come on, ready? All right, come on.
You can.
Okay. God, we want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this amazing year, and bless everyone who's watching, everyone who needs your help. Lord, bless those who are sharing what you've done in their life to help others as well. Bless everyone who we know. Bless this marriage, this family, and the goals that we have, they lead us closer to you. If that they're not meant for us to achieve because they're not godly like goals or they're not getting us closer to you, we understand. But God, we want to say thank you for everything, our family, our lives, our friends, our church friends, our church family, and everyone who needs you. Because I know there's people out there who's questioning who you are, and we even want to pray for all those people. And I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to help grow your kingdom in this earth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Happy New Year.